I kind of entered in the last hours in a moment of a lot of overwhelming emotions, and I was ending up in that overwhelming loop because I was visualizing and picturing out the situation, and maybe was then connecting to the consequence, and I was kind of witnessing. Later on, and meeting Jeffrey, instead of starting to talk to him about it, I started to forget about the situation and it didn't and connect only to the emotional part, like where I was feeling something and how I was feeling and how meaningful was, and it did actually help. So maybe now I'm entering in a managing state and I'm trying to understand how can I do that every time. So, and especially because soon I will sort of break a rule, and I know that I can easily enter in a pity, in a victim, because I connect to past situation that they feel maybe somebody's judging. Yeah, I try to observe everything, but in the end you also need to move, and it's quite difficult to embrace it and be, and so I find it it's interesting because since I started to bring on the table here topics, they did evolve, but somehow still the challenges are bigger than the tools that I do carry, or the challenge that I still have are bigger than the trust that I give to myself or to life or to the witness.
The very simple thing in the whole challenges what we face in life is to orient to two factors. One is, rather than trying to change the situation, remember to be wakefully present. And the second thing is, don't identify yourself with it, what is happening, but just look at it, mirror it. If these two orientations you can bring and go in this non-struggling way of connecting to the moment, you will see that that is a clue, that is a kind of key, that is a way to disentangle oneself from being caught in the automatism. So it is not some trick and it is not managing, but it is simply seeing one's responsibility, how one is feeding the mechanism, how one is riding on the automatism, how one is getting trapped in it. So become aware of it and see that this is the individual responsibility, and this is also our chance, this is the key, this is the hidden potential what we need to bring it into living. And once this becomes your own experiential understanding, you see that it's not trying to explain, it's not going into any kind of role, it's not trying to define oneself and putting oneself in a box, and it's not trying to look for someone to blame, it's just being now, present, without identifying with any of these aspects. And through that you will see that you are able to answer to the challenges what you need to face in a different way, in a more inclusive way, more intelligent way, more creative way. But again, it's to be remembered, you are not trying to manage, you are not trying to get now the thing so that you can control the situation. So when such tendency arises, as you noticed it just before, notice that also, don't make a problem of it. That is also coming. It's part of the automatism, part of the PADS, the program of automatic defense system. Notice that and don't make a problem of it. Let that also pass by. With this orientation, playfully encounter yourself. I always find this statement from a mystic in central India, in Gujarat. He was known as Dadaji. He used to tell his disciples, go about life and meditation with a sense of playfulness and laughter. In Gujarati, in this language, they say it like this. If I put it rightly, I'm not completely sure, but something like this. Hasiba, kheliba, kariba, dhyanam. Laughing, playfully do the meditation. Let that be your orientation. It is very, very basic, very, very valuable. And non-identification is the aspect to be connected to that.